I just did go live. Creating a live broadcast.
And again, I might be on a delay.
That's okay. You probably are. So, Ann, I'm gonna just creating live. I'm gonna hang up on you now, Ann. Okay.
Well, don't you want me to tell you if I see you?
I do actually. All right, Carlo Piscitello.
Good morning.
Those were live. Do you feel alive?
I'm always alive, brother. Always alive. Is Ann with us still?
Ann is on the phone with me. She's checking to make sure we're live in the community.
It says Will Hicks is live from a message room in World's Toughest Community, and I see you and Carlo
in the community.
What?
Yep.
Awesome, Ann Clifford, producer extraordinaire.
She's a gem. That one.
Yeah, I
Truly outrageous. Truly outrageous. Anybody?
All right, Ann, I'm gonna hang up. Thanks so much.
Sugarfoot. Just trying to charge my watch. Charlie says we're live.
Carlo Piscitello. Thanks for sticking around, guys. 7 viewers. Charlie Bohr.
Whoa.
Charlie, how are you? Jeff Medrano. Ann saves the day. Ann does save the day. Ann does that professionally. Managing people that don't know what they're doing on video. So well done, Ann. I appreciate you.
Dude, I was charging my watch and it just fell and now it's in some weird diagnostic mode.
Uh-oh.
I don't know. Good thing. Not that I'll need this watch anytime soon. Oopsies.
So
are we live in the community then?
We're live in the community. We have Charlie, Charles, Jeff, Ann.
Do you want to do an official intro? So if we put this up as a podcast, it'll sound more professional than this.
So like we
just wing it.
Should I don't have a telephone sound effect. Carlo Piscitello.
Wow. Thanks for the what were those? Floor toms? Those were fantastic. Dome.
Let's
big
talk
build
World's
up and then
Toughest Mudder.
Womp, womp. Here he comes.
So this is our second take of this actually. The first take was just me tap dancing, kind of trying to get you online.
Which in itself is entertaining. So
yeah.
Don't sleep on Will Hicks tap dancing, ladies and gentlemen.
Today, as we're talking, is October 28th. We are 2 weeks and 2 days away from World's Toughest Mudder. Carlo,
so geeked right now, dude. I'm so excited.
So you're going to run this year, 2021.
I'm gonna run this year, yeah.
What's the last time you ran World's Toughest?
Last time I ran was 2017, so the last year in Vegas.
And what are your expectations, or are you going in with goals, or you just want to experience it again as a competitor?
No, I do have goals. I mean, yeah. So my main goal is to get more mileage than I have done in the past. I've gotten 50 miles twice, and in 2017, I had plenty of time to get another lap, but I was just so broken. I was just like, yeah, no. They said we could, 9 a.m. we could start stopping, and high five. So that was the end of that. So I could have got the dirty brown bib. So I definitely want to get that. Yeah. So 50 to me is like my minimum, right? Like I'd almost be like disappointed. I don't want to say that, but if I only got 50, which this is me personally, but anyway, I've been running a lot more this year than I have in the past. So I think from a running standpoint, I'm in better running shape than I had been anytime I've attempted this. So hopefully that bodes well. We'll see.
Feel free to jump in the comments with your critiques of Carlo's running. Jeff Medrano already says Carlo's run times have been stellar as of late. I think you have a Skype or Strava admirer.
I have been faster this year. There's no doubt, but of course I always joke that I always run faster when I'm alone because I want the run to get over with. So I find that I run faster than I probably should. So like I did 20 last Saturday, which I keep telling everyone about. And it was very slow, but then again, it was fine because it was pavement and it hurt after a while. So then again, we're going to be on some pretty, I was talking with Tim Holt a little bit about this today. We're going to be on some pretty, dense, it's not like it's going to be soft out in the desert, right? It's not soft sand. So yeah,
I haven't run in Laughlin ever, but it looks like not the elevation maybe of Vegas, but it looks like the same kind of rocky, hard, which I don't want to say it's good for mileage, but it's a lot, the soft, the Atlanta, the mud, it takes it out of you. It's harder to get miles. At least for me, I feel like it's you like the soft ground because it's easier on your joints, but it's harder on your mileage, I think.
Yeah, well, it'll be hopefully a fast course, right? I mean, it'll be interesting to see if they find some elevation out there at all. Amelia has done Spartans out there and was like, there's nowhere, like I don't know where they could possibly find elevation, but I don't know. Who knows? Maybe it'll be a negative elevation as we're jumping off some kind of a cliff into the Colorado River, right? Which is everyone's hope. I hope.
It'd be pretty cool to jump into the Colorado.
Dude, come on. They have to come up with some kind of. You've got a river right there. I mean, unless it's unsafe, right? If it's I don't know how fast, what the current is like right there.
Deep it is.
Yeah, but I'm like, you would think. I mean, if there's a way of doing it, you would think they're going to do it, because anyone who's ever done Vegas, like whether you like it or not, the cliff was a huge part of it. That's what made it like so special at that venue, I think. So
I only ran Atlanta one year. I ran it in 2018, and the Stacks was the Atlanta answer to the cliff.
Yeah,
and I did not jump it because, and in my head it makes sense. We've talked about this before, like not doing math on the course. I'm like, oh, it takes as much time to climb up, get out there, and jump down as it would to just take the penalty. And if I do the penalty, I don't have to climb up. That'll save, so I'm like, I'm not going to do it. It makes sense. But really, it's just like excuses and your brain talking you into what you really want to do anyway.
Yeah, but I think that was kind of the knock. I mean, not you can really knock it, but that was kind of the knock on it, was that, yeah, it was more effort. The thing about the cliff, we talked about this on the podcast last time. The thing about that made the cliff so great is you just walked right up to it and off you went. There was no extra effort involved to get to the jump part. You just jumped. Hey, Logan Nagel's here. I love Logan, by the way. Penn State guy. Yeah. And from the selection show, which was a great show. I enjoyed that very much.
Logan, you got a fan in Carlo. Ann says, first year at a new course. People thought first year in Atlanta was going to be easy. You just don't know. It's a new course. No expectations.
Yeah, look at Ann. Just being a killjoy. Thanks, Ann.
Okay, Carlo, I'm asking you, but I'm
not
also
wrong, by the way.
Ann, did we go into Atlanta thinking it was going to be easy? I don't remember that. We were like, oh, man, I think we were happy to be at a new venue. But I don't remember thinking like, oh, Atlanta's going to be a breeze.
I remember, well, see, I also knew I wasn't going to do it, but so I wasn't really giving it that. I was just like, sweet. I'll tell you what, though, I didn't know Atlanta was going to be that effing cold.
Yeah, that's Dugan, hot Atlanta. We thought it was going to be hot. We're like, oh, man, it'll be nice. Like, we were looking forward to the weather because more cold like Vegas. And then what did we get? We got ice storms. We had the first time ever, I think, hostels were closed due to ice. Even in New Jersey, they didn't close them due to ice.
Dude, there was one moment. It was like 2 or 3 in the morning, and I was sitting at the start-finish line with Clinton and Sean, and we're all bundled up like Eskimos, just sitting there talking a little bit, kind of trying to stop from falling asleep. I just looked over at Clinton, and I was just like, "Hot Atlanta, my ass," and it just was this great moment of just humor, and we just started dying laughing for a few minutes, and because it was that year was horrible. So.
That's true. Ann mentions the rolling hills. You know what? I don't know if you got to see some of them. There were areas on the course where every single time we got to it, because the rolling hills, they'd gotten muddy, and so it was like a reverse slip and slide going uphill, or even going downhill. You'd have to like hang on to these fences that just to not break your neck on the way down.
Yep.
So that was. I don't remember ever having that in Vegas.
Yeah. Jack and I went over there one time, and we were like, we're not going to go over here anymore, because Jack didn't want to ruin his camera equipment, of course.
And when it's the middle of the night and you got 30 or more miles on your legs, you're not strong enough to do that whole slip and slide Frozone thing. Like, you just can't do it. So
you just fall to the ground, and gravity will take you where it takes you. You hope it's the bottom of the hill. I don't know. Not in some horse pasture.
They didn't care about safety in New Jersey. A comment from the Peanut Gallery. I never ran New Jersey.
Ann's going like, FYI, are you aware of the fact that I ran in New Jersey? Actually.
Just kind of drops that in conversation. As someone who ran in New Jersey. Okay, go ahead.
Honestly, like, so Ann stays, we all stay in the same house usually at Worlds. I stay with like the Four Eyes guys and that little group. And we all sit around and wax poetic about, oh, remember this year, remember that year, blah, blah, blah. But inevitably, like, they all start talking about New Jersey, and I just have to be like, I'll go get another beer, I guess. and sit over here and not have anything to contribute to this conversation because you
What
guys
about
have been doing
Vegas,
this.
guys? Remember
20
Vegas?
Yeah, exactly. What about 2015, guys? 2015 was great. Remember, it was really cold. Remember, Rick Hutchinson lost 2 toes. Remember that? So
Wait, what?
he did. Rick Hutchinson, you know Rick Hutchinson,
I haven't met him. I don't know who he is.
3-toed Hutch, as we call him now.
I didn't
Yeah,
know he
he
lost
got
toes.
he got
That seems like
frostbite.
I feel like I should have known that already.
He got frostbite and lost 2 toes.
When we
after
say lost
2015.
2 toes, he has 8 toes now.
He went to the hospital and they removed 2 toes from his foot because of frostbite. True story.
Oh my gosh, I've never heard that.
Yeah.
That might be the worst injury from Worlds I've heard of. I mean, people have gotten hurt before.
Oh, that guy with the compound fracture to his leg. You were there, right? Everyone now says they were there when it happened, but
oh yeah, no, I saw it. I actually said it. No, I don't know. No, I wasn't there.
really, no, it was on. I think it was that. Where did he fall off of? Was it the? Remember the one with the trampoline?
Oh, no, I do know what you're talking about. They called it tramp stamp. Then they changed it to flying squirrel. It was you're standing on a small platform. You jump down like 2 feet onto one of those mini trampolines like they have on American Ninja Warrior. You jump up to a bar, like an upside down T-bar, and then you slide across like a zip line, kind of.
Zip line, thank you.
But it was only like 20 feet long. You're over water,
Yep.
and then you land on like a little carpet square, basically,
or like a wooden platform, like you used to do on Funky Monkey.
But it was sketchy at best.
Yep.
And this is like it's probably more of like a 5K, Tough Mudder 5K obstacle, but we're doing it like where you're tired and you're weak and your coordination's already off and your legs are. Yeah, no, I forgot about that one. That was a bad one.
Yeah, that one. I didn't see it happen, but I remember I was actually, because from there you like went up the hill and down the hill, but I was going past the obstacle like just after it happened and saw the commotion and could hear the guy like obviously not feeling well, which I guess happens when your bone's sticking out of your leg. I'll take his word for it. But yeah, Charles says 8 out of 8 success rate, best fat guy obstacle. I remember I could never jump and reach the bar. I was just like bloop. I just went in the water every time.
That was kind of your story with King of the Swingers too, wasn't it?
King of the Swingers, I could reach the bar. I could never reach no. I could just never reach the bell.
Have you tried the new swing? I don't know what they call it now. The new King of the Swingers, where it's instead of climbing up, it's just kind of
it's just on the ground.
Sea level.
Yeah. Well, they had it at Innovation Lab back in whatever it was 2019. Last time we did Innovation Lab, and of course, everyone who was part of Innovation Lab was like, "Carlo, maybe you can hit this bell." And I'm like, thank you, which I could, by the way. But you know what's weird? That obstacle has been like I see it over in the England races, but I haven't seen it. I haven't seen any video of it here in the States. So if they have had it somewhere, it hasn't been to any of the events that I've been at. It looks okay. Like
for more commentary. Tramp stamp. Charles Halbert, big fan. Naya, how do you say your last name?
Calleros.
Calleros. The Colorado River can be fast, and there is some sand. Man, Carlo, I don't want to get expectations up. I don't think they're going to put us in that river. I think the depth is too unpredictable, and I think a river is much different than a lake as far as obviously. But for safety, like you jump into the lake at Lake Las Vegas, when you go down, you're coming up at the same spot. It's a lot easier for the lifeguards. I don't think they're going to put us in the river.
They should just string one of those like gill nets across, like downstream, and so if any of us get past, we just get collected. Then have the lifeguards there just fishing us out.
Yes, netting
maybe
and
not gill nets.
Water is a great idea. Logan says it's called well swung.
Yep, that's what it's called. He's right.
So it's puzzle piece season, and so Team HQ's had some people passing out puzzle pieces. And I did one with a crossword puzzle or a word search with 50 obstacles names. And so I was going through old obstacle names just to order some kind of deep cuts. And did you know there was an obstacle name called Climb Axe? Like Climb Axe?
I did not. No, I've never heard of that in my life.
That was a 2011 or 2012 obstacle. That one struck me as unique. Well swung would probably fit in that same category. Tramp stamp.
However, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say I remember when tramp stamp. The maps come out. Right. You don't know what they are. These new names for obstacles like Twin Peaks. What does that mean? But when Tramp Stamp came out, everyone's like, "What is that one?" Like,
who wouldn't know what that means?
well, no, everyone knows what Tramp Stamp means, but what is the if you see the word Tramp Stamp, what does the obstacle correlate to? Like, what is Tough Mudder going to put together under that umbrella of Tramp Stamp?
There you go.
So what is
I'm
that?
like, dude, who doesn't know what a tramp stamp is? But although we've talked about this numerous times, but I think we agree with the greatest obstacle name that we've ever seen was what? Ooh, I'm putting you on the spot. Sorry.
Yeah,
it was a world's obstacle.
Worlds what year?
It was definitely 20. I did it, so it was 2017, right before you went up the big hill. It had that horrible penalty if you decided to take it. It was down. The penalty took you down in that gully. It was like a long walk.
Not common.
I'm stumping you, but I know you know it.
Yeah,
it's
no.
Stage 5 Clinger.
Stage 5 Clinger. Yes.
Oh, maybe that was.
That was 2016. It started 20. No. It started in 2016. They brought it out. 2016. They actually made it easier, like the second half. Do you remember that year? 2016. You went to
that was when I got hurt. I got hurt in 2016, but yes, I was there.
Like, we're actually going to talk about last minute World Stuff with Mudder tips. But 2016, I was talking about this with somebody. I think 2016 might have been the peak year for World Stuff, like the best year. Like, I was looking at, because I'm looking at course maps from 2011 through 2019. And I'm looking at the obstacle, and I only ran maybe half of them, right? Like, not even that. But 2016 with the obstacles, that was the first year of Loch Ness Monster, Stage 5 Clinger, Augustus Gloop, and
I thought 2015 was the first Loch Ness.
2015 was King of the... No, that was 2014.
Nope, that was 2014.
2014 was King of the Swingers. 2015 was Loch Ness. You're right.
Yes, because that was my first Worlds.
Monster. They called it... You know what they called it before Loch Ness Monster? Remember that?
Roll the dice?
Roll the dice.
Like yes.
2015, they all had... Yeah, thanks, Melissa. I'm wrong there. And Carolyn Clifford with another good obstacle name.
Yep. Ann knows Ann's the all-knowing.
I don't know if Ann's talking about obstacle names or if she's just talking. Matthew loves just 26. He agrees with me. 2016, but 2016 they rolled out like 3 or 4 new big obstacles, like Augustus Loop, Stage 5 Clinger.
Oh, I loved Augustus Loop.
Was okay, and Reach Around was that, you know, they had like harder and easier names for some of the obstacles. Was Stage 5 Clinger and Reach Around like, was it like I feel like there were 2 versions of it. One was Stage 5 Clinger, and one was... Anyway,
there was like the Legionnaire obstacle. Like if you did it at a regular Tough Mudder, it would be the Legionnaire option.
Like Backstabber had another name for the easier version of it. And I'm blanking on it. But anyway, my point is 2016, one of the reasons it was the best year was because at like 2 or 3 in the morning, they made changes to the obstacles to make them easier.
Yes, I
like
do.
Funky Monkey, they built out a platform halfway across. So that you could go straight to the wheels. You could skip the bars going up.
Yep.
And Stage 5 Clinger, they put like a rope ladder, so you didn't have to actually do the monkey bar part of the Reach Around was on regular courses in 2017. Backstabber Liberator. Thank you, Logan. That's what I was thinking of. They had like 2 versions of names for some of those obstacles. Like Augustus Gloop, and I should know this off the top of my head, had another name. Like there was an easy version and a hard version name for Augustus Gloop / something up. Anyway,
and I meant Liberator. There you go. Logan's right. Liberator was the original name of Backstab. So Take a pause, Carlo. I had caffeine. Can you tell? Like I need that. But so yeah, Liberator was the original name, I think, of that one with the pegs, right? Where you take the pegs and climb up. And then they made a more difficult version and called it Backstabber, if I'm right. It's not Rocket. Melissa's got it. Look at Melissa and Logan are on
it. / Augustus Loop.
Yes.
That's what it was.
Yes. See, anyway. if we just fumble around here long enough, people will do the show for us.
They say the fastest way to get the right answer on the internet is to give the wrong answer on the internet. And then Stage 5 was the Legionnaire. I switched it.
There we go.
So, okay, awesome. Hey, let's. So we are 14 days away from World's Toughest Mudder. Your fitness is what it is. Like you can run some more miles. You can do some more push-ups.
It's not 14 days. That would be 2 weeks on the nose.
Right? I'm sorry, 16 days.
There we go. I'm like, it's not Saturday, bro.
I think one of the themes of our conversation is we should not be doing math.
And I'm an engineer. Don't worry. I'm a professional. But on my weekends, I don't care.
So what are you, Carlos? So like seriously, like you and I are both running in 2 weeks ish. What are you doing like tonight to get ready for Worlds in a couple weeks?
Today's going to be a very normal, easy, probably 5 to 6 mile run. That's kind of how I've been doing it. I'm still doing, like you said, you are where you are strength wise for the most part. I was just talking with Amelia about this the other day, and it's like, even though we are where we are strength wise, like Amelia's like, yeah, but I'm still, still doing as much grip stuff as I can, leading up to the event, which is true. I don't know if you saw, she posted that video of her like hanging on the playground, the children's playground equipment, and she's just like, yep, I'm that weirdo. So it's like, yeah, I mean, I'm still doing some grip stuff. I mean, I work out like 3 days a week, like just do CrossFit type stuff, which it ends up being pretty grippy anyway. So I haven't stopped doing that. I'm not going to do any real long runs. Like I think I'm going to run 11 miles this weekend on Saturday. But yeah, at this point, it's you and I've talked about it before. 2 weeks out, it's just like you're kind of getting into like don't get injured mode. So really, that's where it is. I don't like to call it tapering because I'm not going to pretend like I'm just like, oh well, I gotta, I don't track it that much. You know what I mean? I'm just like, oh, I haven't run today. I better go run. But so yeah, my tapering is just like, oh, I didn't get a chance to run today. I guess I'm tapering. That's what you say, to make an excuse. But yeah, don't get injured. That's it. Like, don't get injured.
Matthew Lowe's strategy is to carb load on beer. I'm not
loading.
I'm
carb
not a
loading still a
nutritionist.
thing? Like, that was like a big deal for a while. I mean, even baseball players were like, got to carb load for a game, and I'm like, for baseball, you're kind of standing around most of the time. You know what I mean? No offense, I know they're athletes, but it's like carb loading for a baseball game just sounds like having chicken wings and chilling out, which I'm all about that.
I think carb loading is like the opposite side of the I'm tapering coin. It's like it's basically an excuse. Whatever you're gonna do, you're gonna do it, and it's just an excuse to. I used to, I have no nutrition education, but I remember like I don't know, it was the night before, like 2 nights before, I was like, I got a carb load. I got a carb load. They say you should carb load, so I'd go to CPK, California Pizza Kitchen, and I get like their the pasta, the chicken, the white sauce. What's that called? Anyway, the chicken with the fettuccine Alfredo.
Alfredo, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, like, yeah, I know what I'm doing. I had no idea. Whatever.
I'm Italian.
Basically, my strategy now for nutrition, the week of the race is just do your usual thing and time it so you make a visit to the bathroom in the morning before the race starts.
Yes. I've been really fortunate, like, because I don't go out of my way to do a lot of different eating. I just kind of actually, who's Javier talking about when he says they're not athletes?
Baseball
besides
players.
Us, which is obvious.
Baseball players.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Javier Escobar, 100-miler, definite podium threat.
Yeah, what do you mean potential?
Maybe even winner. Like, I don't know. Like,
don't sell our guy short.
Javier, if you are on top of the podium, I will not be surprised at all. Like, not to put any pressure on you or unrealistic expectations, but I think it's going to be a great race this year. You want to talk about the race for a minute? The race? Javier versus Ryan Atkins versus Trevor Psychos. All three of those guys are going to do at least 100 miles.
Well, why do you say Ryan Atkins like he's going to be there? Do you know something I don't?
I don't know. Here's the thing. Ryan Atkins owns World's Toughest Mudder.
Yep.
Like, it's his favorite race. He's told me that. He owns that race. When Tough Mudder Inc. puts on World's Toughest Mudder, they have to pay Ryan Atkins a licensing fee because he owns the race. It's his race to lose. He's never lost.
A long way to go for a joke, dude. That was a long way to go for a joke.
He's never lost World's Toughest Mudder, either in the team category or whichever category he runs in. He's won it every single time. 6 years in a row, he did it.
See, he says Ryan's not going to be there. I reached out to Ryan a couple times.
He's there. I don't know if
one time I reached out. I'm like, dude, are you going to be there? And he's like, I don't know. And then I reached out the second time, and I'm like, hey, man, hope to see you there. He just liked my message. So I'm like,
if Ryan Atkins got on here right now and he jumped on into the comments, and if Ryan Atkins says, I'm not going to be at World's Toughest Mudder, I would still think he's going to be at World's Toughest Mudder.
Well, he's been doing a lot, though. I mean, he did Spartan Games, then he did Spartan Canada, and now he's probably going to do like something else.
Big Bear for that too. Spartan Big Bear. This is what he does. Anyway. Atkins won't say for definite.
I'll tell you this much. If Javier says he's not going to be there, I believe he's not going to be there.
Javier, do you want Ryan Atkins not going to be there? Mark Batris, Vincent. Who's Vincent's last name? Trevor Christian Johnson.
He probably means Vincent D'Onofrio, the actor. He's going to be there.
Another non-athlete. He can run alongside you and me.
Yeah.
Anyway, the race part of it's going to be good. Javier and Trevor, I know for sure, are going to do 100 miles. Christian Johnson is kind of an less known.
We talked about it before. Christian, I'm telling you, Christian is the dark horse for 100 miles. That dude has had a crazy year as far as he's done a couple 100 milers, I think. From what the Four Locos guys tell me, he's kind of been like the anchor of that team, like when they were doing the toughest mudders. So I know Elliot was talking him up pretty big. So
Elliot Reeb, kind of a maybe a sneaky pick to breaking the top 5, top 3. And not even sneaky. He ran 85 miles once. He could get there. Joshua Fiore is going to be there, and I didn't know that. Joshua Fiore, he won the first ever Spartan Ultra World Championship. Ultra Beast Josh on Instagram.
Vincent Barrientos, of course. Yes, he's I didn't know he was going to be there. Good deal. Yeah, he's definitely a contender.
The men's side is going to be so good. Oh man, if you are not going to be at the race, you should definitely watch it on
the OCR report.
On the OCR report.
Yeah.
164 miles. Can you imagine running like you and I? We talk about 50 miles, 75 miles would be great. Man, if we spent a whole year training and did nothing but training, we just quit our jobs and just trained, maybe we could do 100 miles. 164 miles? Are you kidding me? Tyler Nash, 240 miles at Moab. Or Elliot Reeb, 248. Can you imagine?
Did you see
imagine
the dude who set are you familiar with the Biggs Backyard Ultra?
I am. Well, tell people at home, what is Biggs?
Did you see what happened this year?
I did not. No.
So the Biggs Backyard Ultra is Amelia did it like 2 years ago, I think. And I'm going to get some of the stats wrong, and people correct me in the comments. But it's like a 4.5 mile loop, and you have like an hour to complete it, and then when that, so at the start of each hour they start a new lap, and if you make it back in time, you get to go again, and you basically just keep, and so whatever time you have left, that's the time you get to rest, whether it's 20 minutes, 30 minutes, 40 minutes, or 10 minutes, 5 minutes, and you just keep going until the last person like can't finish the loop in time. And the dude this year, he set a record. They went like 3 days.
A new lap starts every hour. 12 o'clock, the next lap starts. 1 o'clock, and you have to be at the start line. And yeah, that's insane. There's no obstacles, which whatever. But 3.5, like you're hallucinating by the end of that, right? Like our bodies are not designed for that.
That's what I'm wondering is how do you? I mean, Elliot could talk. He did a couple days like the So there we go. 4.16667. There we go. 85 loops, dude.
They call them yards. So 85 times 4.16. That's how far that dude ran. Javier shouting, calling out Joshua Fiore. Father Time's going to be there. I'm taking that MFer down. Father Time is undefeated. It gets all of us eventually.
No, I agree. Except Tom Brady. Father Time does not get Tom Brady, evidently.
Not yet. The race isn't over yet. Winner did 300.
Dude, 354 miles.
That's not real. I got to do it. Talk. I'm gonna add that up.
Think about if you were like, I need to drive today. How far are you gonna drive? 354 miles. You'd be like, oh damn.
I don't know if I have enough gas in my tank. I don't know if I'd have to stop for gas before I could get
That's true. That's about what I get on a tank of gas in my little Mazda. I get about 360 miles.
7 times 85.
Look at us mathing.
354. Javier is not wrong.
Math.
Let's talk about the women's side. Amelia Boone, obviously, very exciting.
Dude, I'm so stoked. Yeah, in fact, someone added. Here we go. No, Logan said the women's side should be really good too. Amelia, Ariel, Lena Johnson, Sarah Corba, Kelly Glynn. So yeah.
Aaron Rost will also be there.
Aaron Rost. Yep.
Aaron's won second.
Excuse me, that would be Aaron Grindstaff.
Excuse me, Aaron Ross. Aaron Grindstaff, Nee Ross. She is married. Congratulations, Aaron.
She is.
But she's won second twice in a row, which has never been done. And she finished
third.
It wasn't behind Amelia. She finished to Morgan and she finished to Rhea the 2 times.
Correct.
Neither of which will be there. So in a usual year, you would say, well, hey, Rhea just ran an ultra. Morgan's expecting a baby.
Speaking of Amelia Boone, what up, girl? Can you get her in? Can you? Do you not? You do now, or is it too late? Do you now know how to?
No. Let me see if I can get her in.
Tell her to raise her hand. I think if she raises her hand, we can.
Raise your hand.
Up at the top of the screen, there's a raise hand button, right? If you do that, can't you invite her?
Let me see if I can invite her. I can't. I'm clicking her 3 dots. Amelia Boone, don't go anywhere.
Wow.
Javier says Deez is going to be there. Well,
Go
that's
ahead. Go ahead and ask him who that is. Go ahead.
Javier.
Go ahead, dude. Go ahead. Ask him.
Javier's friend Deez is going to be at World's Toughest Mudder. Javier. My kids will do this thing where they're like, hey, Dad, you dropped something under there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like, under what?
Oh, no,
Under
like,
there.
no.
I'm like, oh, under which? No, under there. You dropped something under there.
Oh, kids are the best. Dude, will you invite Amelia already? What the heck?
Okay, Amelia, I'm going to. Okay, Carlo, go ahead and talk for a sec. I'm going to see if I can.
Okay. Well, I think if Amelia looks, maybe she has already done this, and I apologize. But right at the top of the screen where I'm looking, there's a little hand, like at the top right of the screen. It says raise hand, and I think if she clicks that, then that means you can like click on her, and she will like be able to join.
All right.
This is the first time I've done one of these rooms, so it's all new.
All right, Amelia, I just sent you a link in your texts that you should be able to hopefully jump in.
Are you talking to Amelia or me?
I'm talking to Amelia. Well, both of you. You're both very important to me.
Yes.
Charles Halpert wants Tyler Nash. Where did he go? You know what? Tyler wasn't he honest just like an hour ago with us?
Yeah.
If Tyler's there, he's absolutely a threat to do it. Tyler was one of the only guys that ever ran 50 miles at the 8-hour toughest mudder the first couple of years. Amelia Boone requesting to join.
Let's go. Yeah, buddy.
Yeah.
What is going on? What up, Booner?
Amelia Boone, how many times have you won the world's toughest mudder?
Wow.
3 times. I'm mainly just laughing at Carlo, just like lounging on a
on my couch.
Like, where's Lola?
She's actually at her mom's, so I'll go get her later. I know. Where are all your dogs
now?
I know. She's like, I was just here for the dogs, and now I'm out. So, let me adjust. Hang on, guys.
Amelia, speaking of dogs, do you have Halloween costumes for your dogs yet?
I don't, because I'm going to be down at Javelina this weekend.
Halloween costume? What? Let's go. That's how I'll be in the crossing guard tomorrow.
I thought you were going to be a mermaid.
You know what? Today's kind of been a bit. Yeah, I was hoping to go get the costume today, but if I can't, that's my backup.
Oh.
I do want to be Ariel though, if I can. By the way, can we just talk about how cool this mug is that I have? This was a gift from a friend of mine. And it says,
Will, have you seen this mug before?
I have not. No. Carlo doesn't show me his kitchenware.
Oddly enough, we share many things. Kitchenware, not one of them. But
we processed that with my therapist to get back to you.
We've talked about that, I think. But anyway, yes. So that showed up in my mail the other day. So I'm grateful for that. Why is Matthew Lowe yelling at you? He says, no, I don't know. Amelia.
Oh, because I said I don't have costumes for my dogs because I'm going to be at 100 miler. So they don't get
not
costumes.
Running it, right?
No.
I'm like, girl, let's taper a little bit. Come on.
No, I'm just going to be watching other people run in circles in the desert to prep for me running in circles in the desert.
You know what? That's actually a good. Will and I were just talking about this, and we don't know what we're talking about. So let's talk to somebody who actually does it for real. So at this point, this close to Worlds, like, what does your running schedule look like? Are you literally tapering off, or what's?
I'm tapering off. Mine is a little bit weird because I had a 100 miler 4 weeks ago, so I never really ramped back up from that. But yeah, it's like it's tapering. So my last long run, like I did 20 miler last weekend, and then I'm just kind of inching back down.
Okay.
So
you and me both, by the way, 20 milers on Saturday.
I know. You.
How about you, Will?
Than I did.
Yeah.
I did not run 20 miles last Saturday. Amelia, what do you do like the 2 or 3 days before World's Toughest? Like just like Wednesday, Thursday?
Freak out, cry, imagine everything that's gonna go wrong.
She's one of us, guys. She's one of us.
pull out, make sure my wetsuits fit, which I probably should do now as opposed to like 2 or 3 days before. But I'm also kind of concerned. I've also been tracking the forecast, and I'm terrified by how warm it is. And I know that I've just screwed us all by saying that, but it's really warm still in Laughlin. Like
80s.
It's like down to 60 at night. Which I know we're in the desert and it will be colder and there will probably be wind, but still I'm kind of like worried about that.
If it's that warm, do you even wear a wetsuit? 60s?
I don't know. I mean, how cold did it get in Vegas? I mean, it felt like it was really freezing, but it probably actually wasn't.
That's a good question. We should go back and get
I
our
know I needed a
research
wetsuit. I definitely needed a wetsuit. The years that I
Oh yes, I mean that the coldest I ever was Vegas in 2014. But yeah, I actually I'd really like to wear a wetsuit because mainly the wetsuit prevents you from, your body being destroyed as much in terms of just scrapes and
bumps
Yes.
and bruises. Can I hold
bumps
on?
and bruises. Yeah.
Vegas 2014 was colder than New Jersey?
The sandstorm. Oh God, that freaking sandstorm was so cold. Just the wind.
Wow. And people
Yeah.
don't think about it, but the wetsuit doesn't give you a lot of wind protection. A thin wetsuit does not give you a lot of wind protection.
No. So that was the year we learned the importance of Gore-Tex over the top of a wetsuit and then you're toasty warm, but I was not prepared for that in 2014.
Did you have sand goggles?
I did have sand goggles. I was prepared for that. There is a great picture of me in Devil's Beard, which was actually Devil's Beard, but then I know it wasn't Devil's Taint. It was Devil's Beard, and then there were tires in it, so you had to crawl over the tires, and it was so fucking awful.
And you keep getting hung up on things.
And there's a picture of me sitting with my face in the net and goggles just being pushed back. It was bad. So yes,
I forget
goggles. I'll bring them again.
I you should bring them every year, right?
I didn't bring them in Atlanta, but Atlanta was awful.
We all agree. I didn't like it when they announced it. I was just like, Atlanta.
I know.
I was like, Matt has that much pull.
I really like the desert. I'm a big fan of the desert. I'm probably one of the few people that's been to this venue, I think, because it was once a Spartan venue. So.
What can you tell people about the venue?
It's dry and flat.
There you go.
Rocky. Maybe they'll find hills somewhere, but I remember we were trying to set up a Spartan combine thing or something, and we were trying to find a hill for a bucket carry, and the best hill we had was 100 feet over half a mile, so it was not very hilly at all, but maybe there's different areas that they can utilize. So I utilize, a bad word.
Maybe Barry says everyone's going to have sand goggles now, thanks to Amelia.
Yes. And then Charles says 47 is the low 2 weeks from today.
You can't.
So that's pretty
Yeah,
chilly.
but no one. 2 weeks from today. It was supposed to rain here today, and it's 75 degrees. So.
Okay, if you could wave a magic wand, what is the perfect weather for World's Toughest Mudder? Highs and lows.
Ooh, wow. I would say it would need to be cloudy, which is not going to happen in the desert. But cloudy, high during the day of 60 and low at night of 50.
6 to 10 degrees swing.
Pretty much. Yeah. I don't really know where we'd find that.
They've said that Laughlin is only a 1-year deal. Next year is at a new venue.
I feel like somebody was saying Dallas.
Dallas is where it was supposed to be.
That's where it was supposed to be. Yeah.
Although someone also told me, someone from Tough Mudder who would know says, I will never guess where it's going to be. And I think, but it's going to be inside the U.S.
I would love Whistler. I would absolutely.
Oh man.
Whistler would be great.
Being chased by bears at 2 a.m. How cool would that be?
They're asleep. They're hibernating by that.
Covered in snow though, wouldn't it? Whistler in November?
We've never had a snow World's Toughest Mudder. We've had a lot of I don't even want to say, we haven't really ever had rain during World's Toughest Mudder now that I think about it.
That's okay though. I'm okay with no
Oh
rain.
yeah. Yeah, I don't want rain.
don't-
I'd rather have snow.
I don't
But
mind like being cold because I have to get in and out of water. I don't want to be constantly hit with water, but yeah.
If we ran World's Toughest Mudder in the snow, the winner would have like 55 miles.
it would be like the Spartan where they were in Iceland or Sweden or whatever, you know. Because yeah. Oh. Let's just say it snowed Whistler toughest in June 2017. That would make sense. I never ran.
Yeah, that
I
was
ran
that.
the regular. I ran the regular Tough Mudder up there before toughest was a thing. But
The main attraction, or not attraction, but the main obstacle of Whistler is that ski hill. Like it's literally on a mountain, and so they send you up a ski hill that, like it'll kill. I can't imagine going up that.
It's the Red. It's the Red Bull 400 like slope.
Yeah, right.
So yeah, it's just like crawling straight up there. So, and yes, 20. Mark says 2011 had ice. It did have a lot of ice. That was fun.
There's pictures. Some of my favorite pictures from World's Toughest Mudder in New Jersey are where someone is in an obstacle, a water obstacle, and they're holding up. Like they had to break the ice to get into the water obstacle. It's great. It's just,
we had this thing, I think they called it Jesus Walks at the time. I feel like Tough Mudders had to become way more PC with their names of obstacles in the past few years, but maybe I'm wrong. But I think that just the entire Jesus Walks was just iced over. So you had to, like, Joel Gatt and I were breaking into the ice to even get into it.
Was the joke was like walking on water kind of thing? Is that the...
Right. So yeah, it was like, but basically it was just, you were like walking through water and then all of a sudden there would be like, you would drop down into like a 6 foot deep hole. So you would just be walking and then like, and you had to like figure out where the holes were. So it was not super fun.
So what was the one, maybe you were just talking about, I saw Ken Jacobus that were like sunk into the creek and you had to like cross by just stepping from stump to stump. Does that make sense?
Wait, well, sorry, you froze for a second. Crossed into a creek and stump to stump.
There was a bunch of stumps that were sunk and you had to like walk from stump to stump.
Log hopping. That was so brutal. That was dangerous because you miss a log and like a dude, if you like did a splits on that, you would lose your junk. So it was.
Well, no one wants that. Hey, I just text. This won't happen because he doesn't respond to my texts hardly ever.
Oh,
Amelia, you should do this. I just texted Kyle McLaughlin, told him to join us. But if you text him, I bet he'd respond much faster.
I don't think I have his phone number, actually.
Here, I'll give it out to you right over the internet. Ready? It is.
Give it out to everyone.
Kyle won't mind.
Yes.
Really?
Okay. Matthew and Anne are saying it was called peg legs. Sorry, it was island hopping and then peg legs, and then there was twinkle toes and what other good ones? I don't know. Balls to the wall.
Yeah, I think they may have. I mean, they've now. The naming conventions of the obstacle. I mean, they still. Amelia, it was you I was talking to. It wasn't Will. You and I both love Stage 5 Clinger as an obstacle name.
Yes, I was just gonna bring that up. Whatever happened to Stage 5 Clinger?
Exactly.
Like
I think Stage 5 Clinger it became a victim of the expensive builds. Like
really?
Just it's all wood. I feel like once they make it, if they just made one, they could just tote it around and plop it in the dirt. But
yeah, but they did that with Everest, and I hate it.
I haven't done the new Everest. Have you seen the new Everest, Amelia?
Oh, it's awful.
We've done it. Yeah, I'm not looking forward.
No.
Like it's. Don't get me started on this stupid thing.
I actually, Kyle asked if I had any requests for World's Toughest Mudder, and I said to please bring back the old Everest.
The one with the lip where you could grab it instead of the rounded one.
Oh, I'm thinking like 2011 Everest where I could easily get up to it, up on it, like on my own. Like,
although back in 2011, they'd have a guy up on top with a jar of Wesson, like racing it down for you. So they don't do that anymore. I remember seeing that. I was like, what in the world?
They did that. They greased Everest. They also greased Funky Monkey. So the monkey bars were greased. It was impossible.
2019 they greased maybe they remember Will.
Yeah, what was that called? What was that thing? It was kind of like the Spartan slip wall, but
yes, someone will put it in the comments in a second. It was
yeah.
It was just the angled. What?
I don't remember what it was called.
Happy ending.
No.
Happy
It was-
ending?
That was an obstacle for like 2
That
years.
was an obstacle.
They replaced electroshock for like a year, like 6 months as the
Was
finisher.
that the zip line thing?
I don't.
No. It
That
was
must have been at the time where I was not around Tough Mudder.
God,
It was Pyramid
no.
Scheme.
Logan Nagel's
Thank you.
crushing it, by the way. Pyramid Scheme.
No,
Yeah,
Happy
Pyramid.
Ending. Pyramid Scheme was the name. They changed Happy Ending too because it wasn't the ending obstacle anymore. And that's why they called it Happy Ending, because they put it at the end of the.
No. Pyramid Scheme is the one. Pyramid Scheme is the one where that was oiled up in 2019. It's just that wall. Normally, you climb on top of each other to get up to the top, but they had ropes down it. But then they just sat there with jugs and jugs and jugs of vegetable oil in 2019.
Right.
Okay.
Logan, tell me if I'm crazy or not. Wasn't Pyramid Scheme and Happy Ending the same obstacle essentially? They just changed the location and the name. Also,
maybe so, right? It was Pyramid Scheme on the backside, but then there was like a slide
on the other side, yeah. And that's right. It is different because I guess they changed it from a slide to a step down, like the backside of Everest kind of thing.
You know what was a fun one was Fire in Your Hole.
Yeah.
Remember Fire in Your Hole? Yeah.
Although we never had it in California because
that was like the fire pole through the Ring of Fire, right?
Well, no, that was Ring of Fire. I feel like I was the only one who ever did that because I just did that for a commercial.
No, and that was in the festival area.
It was a festival obstacle, yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Happy Ending was Pyramid Scheme.
Trisha's got it.
Up with a slide down the back of the pool. Oh, gotcha. Okay. And Fire in Your Hole was more just like a slide through fire or something.
With fire at the bottom. Yeah, see, we always saw that in the promo stuff, but California, we never had that because they wouldn't do it. They wouldn't set Tahoe on fire.
Yeah.
And this is the fact before our state started burning up every year.
And you like physically slid through the fire, right? Like you touched the fire. It wasn't like a fire jump where you went over it. You were like your legs and butt went through the fire. You were in water right after, but
right.
Yeah, I don't know if that one would fly these days.
There are a lot of things that were so dangerous that I was actually talking. I did Sean's podcast yesterday, and we were talking about things that were super dangerous. That was like 2011. The fact that we swam across a quote unquote lake or whatever in New Jersey, like you were out there in the middle of the night with maybe like one dude in a kayak. Like, wait, I mean, I don't know. I guess like we had the cliff jump, but so maybe things have still been dangerous, but I don't know. I'm just so surprised nobody's died, to be totally honest, at least at World's Toughest. So.
Yeah, I'd be interested to see how.
Let's talk about something not depressing.
I've gotten hurt at Tough Mudder, but I've never been injured like at World's Toughest Mudder. My injuries always come at like, a regular, 10-mile. Hey, let's just go out and have some fun. Like literally, it's a fun one. A month before World's Toughest Mudder, let's just goof off and fun at the obstacles and get ready for. And that's when I get hurt. The actual race.
You were in a 2013 Leap of Faith was the thing that injured everyone.
Oh my gosh, that's the most incredible looking thing. I'm glad I never had to do.
Okay, so
I was so glad I was injured that year and couldn't run.
There's a Leap of Faith obstacle now, but it's totally different than what it was back then. Tell people what you had to do for Leap of Faith.
So you basically went up to kind of like a top of Walk the Plank, and then instead of jumping down into the water like you would for Walk of Plank, you had to jump across and land on this like cargo net and then crawl up off of it. The problem is like people were just like missing the cargo net and then like catching their leg in it weird. And yeah, it just, watching it was like brutal. Very, very brutal.
I get nervous. Anytime you have to jump into a cargo net, I get so nervous that my hands won't work for some reason, but my legs will stick and I'll get flipped upside down and I'll fall in the water. Yeah. Like my head will be underwater. My legs are up. Anyway, I don't like jumping into cargo net.
That's exactly what happened was like people like hitting it and then flipping backwards and then like getting their legs caught in it. And yeah.
No, I saw pictures. I saw pictures of it where they had like now was it always where they laid those tarps down in it or did that come later because people were falling through?
They laid the tarps down like middle of the race, like pads down to try and prevent people from, like tearing their ACLs.
That's a good, yes. We laugh. Tearing their ACLs. Oh, what a riot.
Like, during 2014 when King of Swingers just like fell down during the sandstorm.
So I'd heard, yes. Can you imagine? Oh man. They just
got lucky falling on somebody. We really are lucky. Like
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, the fact that, well, luckily they had shut it down before, and then it just fell. Alex, yeah, if you didn't land right, yeah, lots of broken ribs. That was it. Oof. Yeah, people broke their ribs.
I kind of like when I come around to an obstacle at Worlds, and then for whatever reason it's like shut down. I get like, oh, okay.
That was
run by.
In 2011, so many of the and 2012, so many of the obstacles froze over that they just like shut them down, like balls to the wall. You couldn't even get up. And so, I mean, I think it was just by the end of 2011, we were just basically running laps without any obstacles. And you could also like Berlin walls, which were 12 foot at the time. There were like no volunteers out there, so people just like walked around. Because like no one could.
Oh, scandal here! You heard it first. Exactly.
There were people cheating in 2011, walking around a wall.
Statute of limitations. I think we're
okay.
I
think if you made it past one lap in 2011, then you get a special dispensation on that. I'm not gonna.
Nowadays, you get a special patch for that. Probably someone will make a patch.
Whale's turd rolled over on people. Oh yeah, I remember.
Yeah,
that
I was happy that thing broke.
I was so glad that thing broke because it took forever.
Yes. Cool obstacle though, but that would have been climbing that thing every lap would have been a pain in the arse.
Mm-hmm. It only lasted a few hours, like 6 hours maybe.
Yeah, it didn't. Yep. I think I made it. I went over it twice and then it was gone.
I don't know how anybody thought an inflatable like thing was gonna last for that long.
Tied together with ropes, like.
Carlo, tell people what Whale's turd was. That was a 1 year only obstacle.
Yeah, Whale's turd was I forget what they called those inflatable. Well, I guess it was.
The blob.
Yeah, the blob is one of those when blobs were really popular.
They had them at regular Tough Mudder. It was in Oberto jerky.
Yeah, you had to go over one. Right. Yeah, right.
Yep. And they basically floated them on the lake or on the little inlet from the lake, and you basically had to wade through this little finger of the lake, and they basically wrapped it in cargo net, but it was a good, I don't know, 12 feet high or something, and you had to basically climb.
Yeah.
It was 2 or 3. It wasn't just one. Blob wasn't it? It was like a couple.
No, they stacked a couple of them. Yeah, and you basically had to climb up the side of it over to the top and then kind of slide down the back and oddly enough it didn't hold together. So and there was a story that it did start coming apart and there was people on the net that like kind of got a little pinched in between and it was kind of hairy for a couple folks from what I understand.
Yeah.
I think Josh says he was part of that, but I don't know. Who knows?
Josh got stuck in it?
What's that?
Josh got stuck in it?
Yeah. Like he was on it as it was like falling apart.
I would like to talk about the obstacle that I was really, really good at, which was tramp stamp.
Oh, we had a short segment on that before you came on, but please.
Oh, really? Oh, no. We've already talked about tramp
stamp. No, we didn't really. We just described it. We talked about the guy that hurt his leg on
the compound fracture guy. Yeah.
Oh God, I remember that. I was so happy. I was 0 for 15 on tramp stamp, which people were like, "How could you not get tramp stamp?" I was like, I don't know. At one point, I had Jun Young Pak standing there trying to coach me through it because he had like dropped by that point, and yeah, it was very embarrassing. I had timing issues. So
they only had that 1 year. I think they had it at Tough Mudder half. It was kind of the finishing obstacle for Tough Mudder half afterwards. But
it seems like it'd be a fun obstacle for them just to have regularly. But
I couldn't. Yeah, I was not good at that.
Hey, Tyler has a question I want to get to in a second. But you mentioned balls to the wall. Whatever happened to balls to the wall? That seems like a pretty
yeah. I mean, I think
that one's been gone for a while.
Yeah, because they had the last. I don't know if they had. I mean, clearly I took a long break from all of these things, but I remember in 2015 it was like the thing where you rolled the dice and then there were
I loved that
different and then you had to like do the different ones and you're like, motherfucker, I always get the really bad one.
Yes.
They had 6 walls set up and basically 3 of them were easier and 3 of them were harder. And you have to roll a die, and like if you get a 2, you got to go to the 2 wall, and you try and talk the girl into letting you roll one more time, and she never lets you. And yeah, that was fun. The Gambler or rolled it. I don't know what it's called. The Gambler.
Yeah, the Gambler. I think it was called.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, because Roll the Dice was what Block Nest was called that first year.
2015 had a lot of Vegas themed obstacles. Like they called Royal Flush, Roll the Dice, the Gambler.
I love Royal Flush. Oh,
Royal Flush.
No.
Yes. That was with the water just like coming down your face, right?
Yeah.
That was basically the like grandfather of Augustus Gloop.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Exactly. As a shorter, as a little guy, I love the tube obstacles because I can shimmy right through those bad boys.
For some reason, I always associate Royal Flush with Keith Allen, and I don't know why. I think because I always kept running into him around Royal Flush. But yeah, 2015 had so many water obstacles. That's why it was just like brutal. There was so much water. I'm interested to see what the water setup is going to be in Laughlin.
There's no natural water on the course, at least that we can tell.
Unless we jump in the river. No.
Okay, so Carlo and I were talking about that. What do you think about the Colorado River? Not a lake. Depth is not as predictable as a lake. Do you think they'll put us in there?
I hope they do. I would love Cliff into the river. But
that's what you're saying.
It would be rad.
But
I have no idea.
But I don't know. I wonder if they'll let us do. Well, they have to do. I mean, well, they can do whatever they want. I have no idea. It just seems, knowing that they're going. Oddly enough, they don't take our, feedback into account. Maybe yours, Amelia, not ours. But you could be like, Kyle, I want this obstacle to be called Boone's Doggle, and it would be like, I don't even know. I just made
that's
that
okay,
up,
Carlo,
right?
because your
that's a great name for an obstacle.
Is just going to be. Your World's Toughest Mudder is just going to be doing Devil's Taint over and over and over again.
Yes, and Kyle just crapping on me the whole time.
Speaking of Kyle McLaughlin, the CEO of Tough Mudder.
Yes! Oh! There we go! Classing up the joint. Here we go.
I know. Damn, I can't shit.
I should go get my production badge really quick and put it on. So.
Carlo, did you steal one of those like kids microphones that you get in like the toy aisle at Target?
There we go. This is
voice warper.
This is what my world is going to be like. Just Kyle crapping on me the whole 24 hours. I'm ready.
Right.
This thing is great, by the way. This is like a $25 Best Buy mic. I'm in. Look at Will. Will's got the full on, like he's the FM DJ setup. Let's make fun of him. Jeez.
But I mean, Will's so cool to actually hold the microphone though. Like you've got the sweet like Lionel Richie setup there.
I have no table. I have no table in my place, so I live in a very small place with no table. Anyway, welcome, Kyle.
What did I miss? I heard we were talking about the Royal Flush and the Gambler, right?
The Gambler.
Ostensibly, we were talking about last-minute prep for World's Toughest Mudder, but it's kind of evolved into a hey, remember that one time, and which is just as good.
I'm telling everybody to go run a 5K.
Well, I mean, as I remind you guys on a regular basis, you just need to be prepared for pretty much everything.
Yeah.
We had a couple questions. Go ahead. Yeah,
I'm looking at the comments, and it says, from what we heard, they are not allowed to use the river at all. Can't even pump from it. Drought out west with low water. Is there going to be no water, Kyle?
Yeah, Kyle.
I can confirm that you will not be going in the river. However, there will be plenty of water.
Okay. All right. So there goes that.
That means that it's going to be like pea-laced water from like Loch Ness Monster type of water.
At some point.
I mean, pea-laced water is an average of 5 degrees warmer than the non-pea-laced water. So you'll appreciate it in the middle of the night.
The water in Loch Ness Monster is always way colder than, I just remember like the water of the man-made obstacles being way colder. Like Swingers water was always freezing in Vegas.
Always.
Is that because they're pumping more water into it, so it's always cold instead of being recycled, like because they're always pumping in a fresh source of cold water? I don't know.
Maybe I think
we put liners in those pits, right?
Yep.
The pits for those man-made obstacles have the liners in them, so the liners act a little bit like insulation because they keep the ground from being able to interact with the water too much. And it gets cold overnight, and you're not capturing the sunlight.
All right, Kyle, let's since we have you here, can you give us anything? Give us a little. We've got you on a little something about an obstacle. We've heard you say, think about what was it? Like electroshock meets, what was it, Will? It was Pitfall meets electroshock, which I already just hate. But regardless, can you give us any other little clues about anything like obstacles, elevation, anything? What can you give us?
Why don't we do some yes or no questions, Carlo? We're not gonna make this an open-ended share fest, but
fair enough.
Right, I got a yes or no question.
There we go.
Will there be a significant amount of elevation on the course?
Yes.
Ooh.
Will
What?
that elevation be man-made?
No.
Wow. All right, Amelia, you've been there.
I was wrong. Maybe they found more hills. I don't know. But it was
They-
really flat at the Spartan venue.
Will that elevation be tractor-made?
Potentially.
Wow.
I think he found a loophole in the man part of the
Will
question.
yeah. Will it be like English Town, Raceway Park? Those like you remember those like man-made hills there? Yeah, it was like a motocross course almost. Yes. Okay.
Oh yeah, I mean everything in English Town is man-made or mafia-made or whatever you
Mafia-made.
believe in.
Mafia made. Yeah, don't dig too deep. You might find some dudes that were missing for the last. Hey. Of course,
Will
that's how
there
I
be-
felt about the Vegas desert too. I'm like, this is where the mafia buried all those bodies.
Right.
Will there be
There is
a-
deceiving amount of elevation in Laughlin. I mean, and depending on Amelia, how you've run the Spartan course there before.
I was there. Yeah, the Spartan course. Yeah.
Is that what you're basing it off of?
Yes.
Yeah. So we're not using the Spartan course property.
Oh, well then I have a no use. Everybody, don't listen to anything I say.
Will there be a dance party halfway through the loop?
Yes, but not halfway.
Okay.
Okay. So that's like
Are
meat
you
locker.
taking notes, Will? Are you scoring these questions? Will's writing down.
I am taking notes. Dance
By the
party,
way, if
Colorado
people
River.
who are watching this want to like ask yes or no questions in the comments, we'll see if we can.
Right.
Because we're. Gosh, I didn't know I didn't have many yes or no questions until Kyle asked for yes or no questions. I was like, oh, you want me to be specific, Kyle?
Will there be more than one electrified obstacle?
I'm mad
Yes.
already. God damn it.
Yes.
Okay, will there be any electric obstacles outside of Electric Avenue?
No.
Okay.
Will Electric Avenue bypass Everest?
No.
That's the only reason I do Electric Avenue.
Okay. Man, this is good.
Right.
Will there be a cliff or a cliff equivalent? Clearly, we know not the cliff, but a cliff equivalent.
A cliff equivalent.
Cliff equivalent.
Ooh, this is a good question. This is a really good question. Everyone
Now I'm going to
is.
go back and name an obstacle the quiff, just so we can have one.
Yeah, there we go. The quiff.
You got to be very careful how you spell that, though, because it gets dangerously close to other words.
Ooh.
You got to choose your vowels carefully.
We were talking about past,
Wait. Let him answer that question. That's a great question.
Will there be a cliff or cliff equivalent? And by that you mean like a jump from height?
Yes.
No.
But he said that like begrudgingly.
Yeah, I feel like we need to dig
Because
deeper
I'm
into
like,
something.
well, maybe you climb up. If there's like a swingers or a double rainbow or something, you're still climbing up, then you're most likely falling into water at some point. But
Come on, Amelia, you're the lawyer.
Will there be a drop from elevation higher than 10 feet?
Wow.
Yes.
We're good at this.
Yeah.
Okay.
okay.
Maybe jump is the sticker in that question, Amelia.
He's being good.
Right.
You should run a
Yeah.
company or something, Kyle. You're good at this.
Will there be King of the Swingers?
There will not be King of the Swingers, per se.
Will there be a swinging obstacle?
There you go.
Yes.
Okay.
Will there be a double swinging obstacle?
TBD.
Ooh, everybody wants double rainbow again.
Loophole. Or maybe
What's
you really don't know.
what's
That's fine.
what's the mini version of the new swingers called?
Oh, we just talked about
Well
Swung.
Okay.
Well swung.
Well Swung.
Well swung.
Yeah, great name, by the way. Man, you guys are. Now, Kyle,
we-
there I have it that was only in the UK this year. Were there US sites that had Well Swung at it?
Not yet.
Okay,
Okay.
because I remember seeing it, but there was all the
Yes.
UK sites that was doing it.
From the comments, Will the walk from the parking area to the pit be long?
Define long.
Yeah, see, that's too. Yeah,
Will it be more than 1,000 feet?
Slightly.
this is
It's
great.
about a quarter mile.
A quarter mile
Quarter
from the
mile.
parking lot to the left.
Yeah.
That's good.
All right, bring your wheeled.
Bring a wagon.
transport.
Yeah.
Yep.
But just
Is-
remember that it's sand, so bring your off-road wheeled transport items. Your dinky little wagons aren't going to cut it in the sand.
Inflatable tires.
Yeah,
everybody.
it's very, very sandy there.
Is the elevation more than 500 feet per lap?
Yes.
Ooh. That is
Damn,
hilly.
son. Okay. Okay.
What was Vegas? Vegas was what? Vegas was like
800?
800?
That's
thought it was-
Vegas-ish, I think.
When they went up to that taller, like when they sent us up to the
before
top
Ladder to
by
hell.
ladder of
Yeah.
hell, it was like 800, I think.
Right.
Oh man, look at Kyle multitasking. He's like,
He's like, I'm trying
the
to
lawyers on
work,
the line.
answer
I got the elevation chart over here, so I got to.
oh, let us see real quick. Let us see.
I don't have it all memorized, guys.
Will there be more than 3 new obstacles that we haven't seen before?
Oh,
Depends on how
You're
you
like,
define
define
new
new.
obstacle.
Oh,
Amelia.
because they're doing the mashups. Like electroshock meets Pitfall is a new obstacle.
I
So
don't want electroshock meets.
I'm
Yeah, so
trying to
hold
think
on,
of
hold on
what
a
could be
second,
the
let me count.
worst mashups
There.
possible. Twinkle
we have
Toes,
40, I have a
Twinkle Toes.
49. Glenn has a 49 part question. Question 1: Will World's Toughest Mudder 2022 be in Nevada?
No.
Will World's Toughest? No, I'm not gonna do it. All right.
Will it be in Missouri? Will it be in?
You know what would be the worst combination ever? Electroshock therapy and
No.
Twinkle Toes.
Amelia, stop! What are you doing? He still has
listening. He's
time.
right here.
Exactly. Girl, what are you? He listens.
I'm just lobbing bobs. I'm lobbing
So
bobs.
of the 20 regular obstacles, Amelia, there are
Yes.
only 4 that will be unaltered from their standard version.
Ooh.
What?
16 of the 20 are essentially new or new.
Modified.
New
Never been
versions.
seen in that version before.
So they're either modified versions or they are mashups where we've put multiple obstacles together.
That's gonna be fun. Do you want to show us the map just real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, there we go. That a boy. Quick, someone go back and watch it and
Someone
screenshot that.
that.
Yeah.
Blurry.
Oh,
No
my
blurrier than
God.
the puzzle pieces.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I was like, aren't the puzzle pieces coming out? Something like that.
We've
Yeah.
got about 10 of them, 8 or 10 of them out right now.
Are they showing anything?
We've
I
got a
clearly
bunch
have not
out.
been paying attention.
Showing a little bit.
There's
we know
more to
that
come.
we know that Electric Avenue bypasses 2 obstacles. We don't know what those 2 obstacles are yet.
Hopefully, if one of them was Mudderhorn, I would be electrocuting myself every single time.
Will Mudderhorn be the last obstacle on the course, or Mudderhorn or its equivalent be the last obstacle?
Of a lap.
A lot.
The Mudderhorn matchup obstacle will be the last 2 on the course.
The Mudderhorn.
There's an over the Mudderhorn obstacle and an under the Mudderhorn obstacle.
Ooh.
You have to
And
do
then
the
both.
option?
last 2 on the course. You have to do both.
Oh, okay.
So you
Like
will go
cage
over
crawl
it and then you will go
underneath.
under it.
How do you? Okay, so this is more for Carlo and Amelia. How do you mash up going over Mudderhorn with anything else?
Well, here's
Well,
my
I would-
question, Kyle. Is if you have a wristband, do you only get to? Does it count as 2 obstacles?
It's 2 separate obstacles. So you
Okay,
will go over Mudderhorn and then you're going to run a little bit further and you'll loop back and then go under Mudderhorn.
Okay.
Right.
But if
Under
I had
is
a
the last obstacle.
wristband, or are we going to be doing the wristband thing after 20 miles, where you can skip an obstacle?
25 for Worlds.
25?
Yeah.
Okay. And I could skip Mudderhorn with that, right?
But then you probably
You
have
can
to do
skip
the one.
You can skip. Yeah.
Okay.
The one under Mudderhorn is called Coach's Canal. So I'll leave you guys with that as a little gem.
Oh.
There's a little gift.
Oh my God, dude. You guys cheers on these.
Canal,
okay, well,
Canal sounds like water, doesn't it?
it does. But maybe we found out where Coach is going to be hanging out.
Shark bait
Maybe that's where
say
Coach's dance party is.
Could be electric eel underneath.
These people need to stop recommending or suggesting electrified things with Kyle sitting right here.
You can read the comments, guys.
I know.
You know better.
Logan said something, and I want to punch him in his face.
I know.
We only have 3 of the little electrical controllers, and all 3 of them are going to be in use. So I'm electric after you. Like I can't make anything else electrified.
Birth canal.
Safely, anyway.
Birth canal. That would make sense.
I forgot about birth canal. That was a
No. The birth canal is the best because you just need people with knives to come through and like.
Yeah, I didn't mind birth canal. There's ways of getting through birth canal that are easier than others. I wouldn't mind that one.
Will there be obstacles?
Don't think we haven't thought of that, Amelia. Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure
when you go and poke those birth canal folds with knives and you get vegetable oil oozing out on you, just don't say I didn't warn you.
Will there be obstacles that are only open overnight?
There will be variations of obstacles that will only happen overnight.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, will that hopping penalty be a penalty where you're on the little hoppy balls like in Seattle?
The hoppy ball penalty is on the course, yes.
Okay,
so I just ordered a hoppy ball
I believe
to work my quads. So
there you go.
I believe the hoppy ball penalty track is about 1/3 of a mile long.
Oh God.
Which, from what I understand from talking to people in Seattle, that's actually really brutal. Like no one. It seemed fun at first, but then after a couple laps, people were like, "Dude, this hurts so much."
I think this
especially sucks if you're tall too.
This is on Carlo. I think this is Carlo's contribution to the course. This is the Devil's Taint of 2021.
Oh, will Devil's Taint be back in this year?
The taint as you know it, Carlo,
I know it well, thank you.
Is going to be appended to the back end of Arctic Enema.
Oh, okay.
Got it.
That's kind of how it was at Toughest Seattle. You came out of Arctic Enema and then went under a net, and now I don't know if it's going to be strapped and tarped like Taint was, but I guess I feel like I don't want to ask.
Have fun doing that on repeat for 24 hours, Carlo. So.
Hey, you're going to be there too, pal. We're all doomed.
Are the penalty obstacles in total over 1 mile per lap?
The distance on the penalties?
Yeah. If you did every single penalty.
No.
Okay.
There
are
no penalties that are just straight running, to be clear. So
every penalty has something like a hoppy ball or carrying something.
Burpees or
please no finding little like guys in a hay bale type of army guys in the hay.
Are there any rubber ducks on course?
Oh, God.
I can neither confirm nor deny.
Wow, really? Because people will start bringing all their rubber ducks with them if you said it. So
I know I have 5 rubber ducks in my bathtub currently. So
is there any golden carabiner application?
Not for contenders.
All right.
Good.
Hey, then I'm good because I'm not even like Will, you're in the back with me, right? We're doing a normal average Joe start wave, right?
I mean, I want my legs to move 50 miles, but I'm not trying for money.
No, but we're not content. But you're not a contender status.
Absolutely. No.
Yeah, neither am I. Amelia though, she's up there in that.
Oh no, I'm just going for the sprint lap this year, guys.
That girl.
The strategy worked out real well.
Have there been multiple? Has anyone won the sprint lap more than once, like at Worlds?
Like multiple years?
Yeah.
Amelia, you won it in 2019, right?
Yeah, but that was the first year I've ever.
Have you won it before?
No.
First year.
Because people who win the sprint lap generally don't stick around for the full 24 hours, as I can attest.
Right.
Will contenders get mileage bypass bans still?
Yes, for mileage. Yeah, they will get
After.
obstacle bypass bans for completing mileage, 1 per lap, 25 and after.
Mhm.
Okay.
Is there a mid lap?
That's just to skip an obstacle.
Right.
Skip one obstacle, like in the past, the same.
Correct.
Is there a mid lap pit crew assistance area like 2019?
No, mostly because the course is not traversable by pit crew out to the midpoint.
Oh, that's actually
Because
good.
there's too much elevation, guys.
Well,
or
that, and
something
I
like
think it also prevents like shady things from.
What? There's none of that. Let's go.
Yeah, the elevation gain between the start and the midpoint is really what you need to be focused on.
Oh.
Okay.
Is it fair to say the first half of the loop is uphill and the second half is downhill?
Here, I'll give you guys a little gem. See if I can turn this around.
Command Shift 3.
Oh shit balls.
Whoa!
What's
look
the
at
scale on that? Somebody screenshot that baby.
that. 641 feet of elevation. Breaking news. Will, you better have someone from the OCR report get this out there before someone else does.
screenshotted. I mean, someone did, I'm sure.
Someone's literally saying this to Matt right now.
Yeah, this is going to pop up while we're still talking. That's fine.
Yep.
I know where to go.
Where's the? Yeah. Get a hold of Mike Stefano. Get him on it. Come
Sharkbait
on.
already screenshotted it, so we're good.
I need comment. You need some questions, guys. Okay, we have him right here. He's listening. Has Ryan Atkins registered for the race?
He's not going to be there. Oh, sorry. That's what Javier Escobar is. Javier said he won't be there.
I can confirm that Ryan Atkins is registered for the race.
I'm telling you, if Ryan Atkins popped up here right now as our 5th guest and said, I'm not going to be there, I would still believe he's going to be there.
You never know.
He hasn't told me, though. I don't know.
I tried. I reached out for comment, and he thumbs up my question. I was like, okay, all right. Well, the first time I asked, he did say he wasn't sure, and then the second time he was like, ding, and I'm like
ding.
I understand that reference.
Right.
Is electroshock the electroshock / pitfall the worst obstacle on the course?
I feel like that's a pretty subjective question. That's not a yes or no question.
Wait, okay, here's one.
The electroshock
think?
pitfall combination, by the way, is known as shock and sprawl.
Shock and sprawl.
Great name. Gosh dang it, guys.
God, you guys are so good at naming. I still miss stage 5 clinger, but yes.
What's the what's the electrify one that I really hate that you guys love? With the stick through the whole
Operation?
Operation.
Will Operation be a part of Electric Avenue?
No.
Will a Operation Mashup be a part of Electric Avenue?
No.
Oh, Will.
That's a yes. That was no. That sounded like a yes.
No, it's not an Operation Mashup. There's an electric eel mashup, and then a brand new electrified obstacle that you've never seen before.
Oh God.
What is the name of the brand new? Is the name of? I can't think of a yes or no if I don't know the name.
Yeah.
The name of the brand new one is called Frickin' Laser Beams.
Freaking laser.
Is the new one? Does it involve electricity and water? Is there water involved in the new electric obstacle? Okay.
Limited water, like maybe an inch of water.
Okay, so Frickin' Laser Beams is a reference to Austin Powers, sharks with frickin' laser beams. Does it involve sharks?
Let the overthinking begin. Does it involve sharks?
I haven't heard a no yet, Carlo, is all I'm saying.
There are a lot of native sharks to the Vegas or to the Nevada area.
Yes. Colorado River teeming with sharks.
Card sharks. Plenty of card sharks.
Oh, actually, let me. This isn't yes or no, but I think an answer you can give us. What's the registration count like right now? Like numbers wise.
It's a little bit fluid because we don't know how many European customers are going to actually get on the plane, given that the travel restrictions open up the Tuesday of World's Week or Monday of World's Week.
Oh, okay.
But there are 12, almost 1,300 people signed up.
Oh, damn.
So we expect that we'll have a couple hundred deferrals. So yeah, biggest WTM we've had since Vegas.
Yeah.
Nice.
That's good news.
Will Joe DeSena be there? I don't know.
Joe is a penalty.
That's what I was figuring. It's like Joe.
Not to give ideas, but how much would it suck if he was there like waiting 24 hours and like he just would you fail Funky Monkey and you just got to go spend 10 minutes with Joe, like, and he's like, okay, do burpees, okay, do pull-ups, okay, like just
burpees and pull-ups are fine. You just got to listen to 10 minutes of the new audiobook.
Oh, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. There it is. He'll make you hold his kettlebell and listen to his audiobook. Hold my kettlebell. Doggone it. He's going to talk to you about like Joe Rogan and some other weird supplement that Joe Rogan wants you to buy besides vitamin D.
will there be a pit crew hangout area, campfires, etc.?
Hold on, my team is watching a live stream right now. They actually just sent me a 1,519 is the current active registrations we have in WTM right now. So
1,519.
That's amazing. That might be.
That's massive.
If they all showed up, that might be the biggest one ever.
It would not.
Yeah,
you would not be lonely out on the course in the middle of the night.
Nah, you'd be surprised.
We will have a bunch of deferrals. We've not processed any of the deferrals yet out to next year. So I'm gonna expect several hundred people to pull back on that, just given the travel challenges from Europe and even from Canada.
There's always like 10 to 20% that just no show, right? Like it's the kind of thing.
They come to their senses and realize.
Yeah, I mean, you guys know it, but a lot of people get injured training. A lot of people, realize that they're just not ready to do it. So,
man. So
all
Joe
right,
is a penalty. We got that part.
Joe is a penalty.
That's so great. We just, Will, you got to just isolate that soundbite and just have that ready for any time we get a show going, so we can just keep bringing that up. That was great.
Joe would love. Joe's never
you guys
won.
want me to keep my job? Okay.
Joe's never run West Seventh Sweater, but he would love it. Like this is exactly the kind of thing he would love. Like if he came up.
I mean, he's a big fan. So.
Yeah. Yeah. There aren't enough farm chores in it though, but so.
Will Hunter McIntyre be there?
Your guess is as good as mine.
I know.
If
we did, like Matt B. Davis would somehow be suctioned to the side of him, because that's kind of. What were we? I just want to get that joke in. That's pretty much why I brought that up. Anyway, carry on, guys.
All right.
Carry on.
With the restriction of yes or no only, I'm trying to think of some more. We know it's less than a mile of penalties.
Will there be any obstacles that were like at the original 2011 World's Toughest Mudder? Mashup versions of them.
Well, I mean, that
like,
the 2011 World's Toughest Mudder had like Kiss of Mud and Mud Mile and some of the original.
Okay, that's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
It's not yes or no, but what was your favorite mashup to create?
It's not yes or no, but what was my favorite mashup to create? All right, so this is you guys looking for a treat, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The Electric Eel Crybaby one, I think, is going to be pretty stellar.
Oh God.
Oh. So through some kind of like tented
menthol
crawl, like a tented crawl with the wires in it.
So it'd be kind of like Pandora's Box from a few
That's
years.
A little bit like Pandora's Box, kind of like Dark Lightning, maybe like a bit of Shocks on the Rocks with some Crybaby thrown in there.
And that's part of Electric Avenue?
Those are the two worst obstacles Tough Mudder's ever had.
What?
and Electric Eel and Crybaby. I went through Crybaby twice the year they had it. At one time, that was kind of refreshing, and the second time, I was almost throwing up. It was so bad. And Electric Eel, the reason Electric Eel is worse than any other electric obstacle Tub Mudder has is, one, you're on your belly in the water, so you're getting shocked by the people around you, and two, it's shocking the back of your legs. That little spot right behind your knee, like your knee pit, whatever that's called. When that gets shocked, it hurts like it's the. Oh, I hate that obstacle.
Yeah, thanks, Will.
I blacked out. I blacked out
didn't do it.
from Electric Eel. So,
Will, I think we may have had an episode at some point, you and I talking, and you were like, "Hope they don't combine these two obstacles."
I've never said that. I would never say that. Recorded. Never.
I'm blaming you. Because I didn't say it.
No, this is you trying to get me the devil's taint. Like, this is you trying to devil's taint me. No, not my idea. I had nothing to do with this.
Carlo is never going to live Devil's Taint down. I mean, you got carte blanche to develop whatever obstacle you wanted, and you came up with that.
Excuse me. Again, if I must defend myself again, we opened it to the community like, hey, everybody, and we got like crickets. So it was like we kind of panicked.
Tough Mudder does that every year, and the community comes up with like Kong Infinity or like these like creative.
That's a question, Kyle. Is that the obstacle innovation winner? Will that obstacle be at Worlds?
No, but probably in Florida.
Okay. The Spartan Tough Mudder mashup.
Yep.
Right.
Will we see any old World's Toughest Mudder exclusive obstacles, or a version of them? For Twin Peaks, for example, something like that, or
it won't be Twin Peaks, but yes, there will be some old WTM exclusives.
Okay. Yeah, Amelia, you never saw Twin Peaks that was in 2018.
Oh God, yeah, the one year I didn't go. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
That's probably my favorite obstacle I've ever done. Like
Twin Peaks, nearly
what
impossible.
Was it?
You would go up there's like a I don't know, wood triangle thing. You had to like climb
two
up
A-frames.
And you go over the A-frame, and you go, and then there's a second A-frame, but between the two A-frames, there's like a 4 foot gap, and you're holding on to ropes. And so you like step across, so you're like holding on to both of them.
Ooh, it helps when you're tall.
Yeah, it does help when you're tall.
Yes, it definitely helps when you're tall.
But if you don't get it right, you kind of like fall off the second one. You kind of like do the Plinko thing down.
And you fell underwater.
You fell into water. Yeah.
The Plinko thing, exactly. Ding, 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 ding.
But when you nailed it, you felt like a stud because you're standing there holding both sides, like you spread like one leg's on either side, and then you kind of anyway. It was a hard obstacle, but it was like a fair.
Surprised they didn't call it spread eagle. But yes.
Oh.
Oh.
We have
Mark James. I'm not going to ask him that.
Yeah, I said that. I think that is an obstacle.
Wait, spread eagle's an obstacle?
Yeah. Well, it was in 2019. Yeah.
Will there be an Augustus Gloop snot rocket type obstacle at Worlds?
There is a Gloop. There's a Gloop mashup obstacle, but Gloop is not the foundation of it.
Okay.
Gloop is the add-on.
Gloop's the add-on.
Does this obstacle involve you going up a tube?
Not up.
It's too
Is this obstacle more like Royal Flush? You know Royal Flush?
It's like before my time.
Not like Royal Flush.
I like that one.
Okay, so I'm guessing this is like a horizontal tube. They're dumping water on you as you go through.
I don't know.
And I'm getting like a nod-ish from the CEO.
Will Funky Monkey be mashed up with anything?
It will be a new Funky Monkey. I really wouldn't call it a mashup per se.
Okay.
New Funky Monkey.
Man, this is great, guys. Man.
Is there a water slide type obstacle?
Is that a question? Oh, yeah.
Not intentionally a water slide. I mean, the new Arctic Enema is essentially a water slide.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
That's true.
The new Arctic Enema, is that the black tubes sliding into it?
No, it's just a big flat slide, like.
Sure. Yeah.
Like
you just climb to the top and slide in.
Yeah.
But they ice it up heavily.
What did you say Arctic is crossed over with?
Arctic was
Oh, with
mashed up
Devil's
with,
Taint.
Taint.
With the Devil's Beard net.
With Taint.
But there will be
there's
going to be a daytime version of Arctic and a nighttime version of Arctic. So.
Oh.
That's all I'll say on that.
Javier Escobar asks, can you tell us all the obstacles in details? Thanks.
No.
Javier just going big brain. I like it.
It's like, meh.
Let's just give it a shot. Worst you can do is say no.
Will Castaway or a mashup of Castaway be there?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know Castaway. What's that?
I was like, Carlo's like, there's no way this is gonna be a World's Toughest Mudder. This is what.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Well, so Castaway, you probably seen pictures. It's the one. It's got like the little floating, like buoy type thing, kind of inflatable, and you literally sit on it in water, and there's like a slack line above you.
Oh,
and you kind of pull yourself across. And we did 3 people on that in Sonoma. We weren't supposed to, I think, but we did 3 people, and it was like we pretty much just dragged on the bottom of the thing, but it's not very deep. It's like 2 feet of water. But
so, Carlo and I figured out a new way to do it in Seattle that doesn't even involve the buoy. So
that's true. I don't know if we'll be allowed to do that, but let's not say anything until.
The pit will be deeper than what you've experienced, so it'll be in the ground versus in the little above ground tanks.
Oh, okay. So you won't be able to walk, like, because you can kind of straddle it and walk with it. So you're gonna be forced to float.
Got it.
Oh, good improvement. Okay.
Will there be canola oil or any variation of oil like sunflower seed oil or olive oil involved in any obstacles?
Lubricant.
KY jelly.
Yes.
There will be lubrified obstacles.
There will be lubricated obstacles, everyone.
There is one lubricated obstacle and one obstacle that has another non-water substance in it.
Are you in this substance, or is that substance on the obstacle?
Yes.
A non-water substance. That's like
pudding. I'm just thinking back to like college KY jelly.
Pudding. Oh, fun fact that no one cares about.
Volunteer shift if you've got to come out and mix 1,000 gallons of pudding.
You have to open all those little single serve ones.
Oh, you guys, this is great. Oh my gosh. Will, this is unexpected. We're getting a lot more stuff than we ever expected.
This was going to be just me and Carlo kind of
boring people for 25 minutes.
To hear us.
Man. All right.
Oh, are we swimming in rain? Energy drink.
I mean, that's a personal choice you can make for yourself. There'll be plenty of rain there. If you want to swim in it, by all means.
Will any of the obstacles involve eating anything?
Or drinking?
No. Okay. Not on purpose.
Okay.
Very nice.
I was thinking back. You guys remember that ill-fated thing where you ate the hot pepper and then jumped into Arctic enema? They did.
It was like hot sauce, right? Or like a shot?
No, it was literally like a habanero
pepper. Yeah.
And then people just puked
everywhere. We're all laughing. They puked.
That was the old Fire and Ice, right? The habanero pepper and then Arctic enema.
Javier, we asked him that. There is a dance party, but it's not necessarily at the middle of the race.
Sounds like I think it's the obstacle that's obviously underneath Mudderhorn. Mm-hmm. I can see him putting Coach in there.
Will there be any obstacles with an element of chance, like rolling a dice or something like that?
There will be no obstacles with an element of chance.
Okay. The only chance is whether or not I can complete it. That's the only That's the only chance going on right there. What did I had something. I got to think. I lost it. Getting old, guys. Getting old.
We heard the feedback after 2019 loud and clear. So there will be and everybody's been asking for very prescriptive obstacle rules. So you will get a very detailed set of obstacle rules the day before the race.
Cool.
Okay. If your mom was running World's Toughest Mudder, what would you want to tell her right now?
What?
Like, should she bring anything specific, or should she be aware of this?
I would probably just tell her no.
Will there be any? Are there any mashups involving Everest?
No.
Okay. Will Everest be as we've seen it on course this year?
Yes.
Okay. So there will be ropes on Everest?
At times.
Oh, no. I need
That's
it
okay.
all the
We got the
time.
Everest Angels. We don't need ropes.
Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do.
Shorties. We need it. Either that or I just need to make sure, like, who am I thinking of? It's always up on top of it.
That's what I'm saying. The Angels.
Francis Wagner.
Oh, yes. Francis. Yeah, Francis or JVT.
Yeah.
I hope those guys are there, and I hope they're up there because I'm going to need every single one of those guys.
My deal with the rope is like you climb up it, and then I get to the very top, and I'm like, now what? Like I can't. Like that last 6 inches is the worst.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Will Mini Mudder be back as a penalty?
Yes.
Yes.
That's commitment.
Will
That's
Mini
commitment because there's no other. Yeah.
I'm trying to. What was that the penalty for? I'm trying to remember.
It was for Everest, right?
Yeah.
We're skipping Everest.
Is Mini Mudder the penalty for Everest?
Yes.
Man, I hate Everest too.
Is Everest the Everest 3.0?
The hell does that mean?
The metal one. Off the back of the track.
Not even we can keep track of our own 2.0, 3.0
Right.
numbering on things. So
I can't.
I have no
There's
idea.
about 6 ways to spell Block Ness Monster, like that I found on course, like official ways, like just with
What?
spaces or like capitalized. Is Block Ness one word? Is it the Block Ness Monster? Is it anyway? Maybe not 6, maybe 3. I don't know why that's bothering me.
Will, have you decided yet how you're raffling off the other seats at our steak dinner?
So, Carlo, 2 years ago, Kyle, I don't know. Did I win an auction or was it a contest? I don't even remember.
It was an auction. It was the Champions for Charity thing. It was the year we didn't give out prize money, so the community raised
That's right.
money to allow the winners to donate to like a charity.
yeah.
So I bought dinner with Kyle McLaughlin 2 years ago, and we have never had that dinner. And so that's the true story. So it's been accumulating interest, and my +1 turned into a +4, and I don't know, it might have been a +4 the whole time. But so we're gonna have dinner on Thursday. I'm probably gonna bring my team with me. If they don't want to come, I guess I could auction it off to maybe some people.
Did you say teen or team?
Team. I have a teenager.
Okay.
I have a 14-year-old son. Probably what you're thinking of.
Well, hold on. Your team, because I can think of a member of, I think, your team who hasn't heard anything about this. So I'm just wondering what team I'm on.
You're on. Oh my gosh, Carl, you're very important to me. You know that. Really? Is he always this needy?
Carlo? Oh yeah,
Yes.
super needy. Very good.
I'm not 49 and single for nothing, guys. Let's go.
He's
Well, Carlos, your VIP parking has been prearranged.
Thank you, Kyle.
Will be there to help
Kyle,
you with your fit gear.
Kyle, we were so upset you weren't in Seattle because we were just gonna drive my car and park it like right next to Everest and just leave it right there.
We're just gonna roll on in. Kyle said it was okay. Just talk to Kyle. He said it's fine. Yep.
We've reassigned your pit space, Carlo, somewhere back in row 17 or 18. So
that was what I was gonna say. It's like it's a quarter-mile walk in from the parking lot. Unless you're Carlo, then it's a mile and a half. They're like, oh, the guy with the badge. Yeah, go that way. Keep going. We'll tell you when to stop. We'll fake it to you. Yeah.
No, we just put your pit space in the parking lot. So the walk from parking for you is very close, Carlo.
Big sign, reserved for Carlo. Thanks, guys.
Anne says you're single because it's a supply chain issue.
Well, with friends like Anne, come on, everybody. Oh.
Kyle, Daniel Kramer wants to know if you will do a loop with us.
I am planning to go out for a loop overnight. I was actually planning to run this year overall, but am on an injury recovery here. So, but I'm planning to get out for loop overnight.
Sweet.
Javier wants to know, are the penalties at high failure rate obstacles mileage or chance game?
None of them are chance. They're all skill. Some of them involve distance, and some of them involve time, and some of them involve time and distance, I guess. It takes you a while.
Okay.
Some are fine motor skills, some are strength, some are endurance.
Fine motor skills. Are we gonna have to like write? What was the thing where you had to write the? What was that penalty?
Oh, with your non-dominant hand.
This one involves writing, but with both hands. So.
Is it like one of those things you have to like draw a face with?
No.
What?
Have we ever had
one of those things is?
Have we ever had Dizzy Bat as a penalty?
Yeah, at Toughest Mudder Vegas 2019.
Yeah, that was very popular.
I talked about it on the podcast for a while. It was terrible. Oh, it was because you had to spin like a ridiculous amount of times. Like it wasn't
30. Yeah, 30 times, 20 times.
Yeah, and like I was literally falling over like a drunkard when after I finished. It was to skip electroshock.
He doesn't even drink, so that's how you know. Which is a shame, Will, because Amelia and I are like, let's go. Not during the race.
Not during the race.
No. Oh my gosh, you guys.
All right, guys. I got 4 minutes left. This is your last chance to cram. What else you got?
All right.
Okay.
Will there be any obstacles with bells to ring?
Yes.
Ooh, bells to ring. Okay.
Unless you're me.
Will there be any trampolines in any obstacles?
I don't like when he pauses. It's like, there are or there aren't, man.
I want to make sure I'm answering the question accurately.
Okay.
Because there might be a trampoline, not leans.
There are no intentional trampolines in any of the obstacles.
Thank God I don't have to do tramp stamp.
If you bounce off of something, that's on you. So
yeah. Any ricochets are your own personal choice.
That's right.
Oh, will there be a mile-long stretch without obstacles?
Oh, that's a good question.
No, not after everything's open. There will be mile-long stretches before everything opens up.
Got it. Are we jumping off anything higher than 34 feet?
No.
I think we established 10 feet, right? Like nothing higher than 10. Javier, there's nothing higher. There's no drops greater than 10 feet.
So for those
Eric,
of you afraid of
Eric,
heights,
the river will not be involved. Eric's asking if the river will be involved.
No, Colorado River.
The river will not be involved.
Unfortunately, the environmental police have banned any interaction with the river.
Wait, hold up. Can we revisit the 10 feet thing? Did we say, Kyle, did you tell us there's nothing?
I answered this question at the beginning of the episode.
I feel like he did, and now I'm confused. Logan, you're messing me up here.
Go back to the tape.
There was a drop. There was a drop. It wasn't necessarily a jump, remember?
There is a drop greater than 10 feet.
Correct.
But no jumps.
It could be like a slide.
We're going to call this ask and answer, as I believe Amelia would say.
Fair enough.
Fair enough. For toddlers. All right.
Are there drugs in the river?
All right. I think that's our sign that we've exhausted our questions. All right, Kyle, any last words anything you want to share with the community before anything they should know, or you want to tell them about before they show up?
I mean, we covered way more than I intended to today. So.
Thank you. So excited.
Puzzle pieces are rolling out. If you haven't caught on yet, they are distributed far and wide. So, anyone at any time may have your next puzzle piece to earn. We will get them all out prior to Thursday of Worlds Week. What else? We launched Bib Customization today. So if you want your name printed on the back of your bib, you can pre-order that. Brunch tickets are nearly sold out. So if you haven't gotten a brunch ticket yet, hustle up on that. We're going to close brunch sales. Probably have to close it this weekend. We're going to hit capacity likely on Sunday or Monday. And countdown's on.
Can people customize their brown bibs, silver bibs?
Yeah. Yeah, brown bibs, any mileage bibs, your race bib, your pit crew bibs, any of it we can do.
I saw that email went out. So if you're registered and you should check anyone to customize your bib, check your emails from TMHQ.
Yeah.
I don't get emails from TMHQ, so
I'll forward it. I'll send you that.
At some point, some time ago, the lawyer and Amelia clicked unsubscribe. And has forever been banned from the email list.
I don't get the important emails.
I had to sign up with like a fake email and have it forwarded to my regular email, so I get the emails now. Yeah, it's a weird thing. All right, Kyle McLaughlin, thank you for your time.
Thanks so much, Cal. Appreciate it.
Amazing.
Appreciate it.
We'll see you in 2 weeks.
See everyone soon. Bye.
Wow, guys.
Holy smokes. Bye, Amelia.
Oh.
Thanks for coming.
Oh, I didn't realize. Oh, Amelia's. Was I supposed to leave? Sorry, buddy. I didn't.
No worries. Okay, so I have to cut off in like 2 minutes, but
no, it's
what
fine.
do you think? What do you think about everything we just heard? What was your biggest takeaway?
Man, first off, we got way more information than I was expecting. Dude, I'm telling you, you gotta rewatch this, and you better put something out like fast because there's lots of information in this thing.
Okay, so here's some notes I took. No Colorado River at all. There will be a dance party. It sounds like but it's not going to be halfway through. It sounds like it'll be at maybe the very end.
It sounds going to be underneath Mudderhorn. It sounds like
right. Yeah. And maybe it's. I mean, you know what? I didn't think about it.
Coach's Canal. Coach's
Canal is what it's called. Maybe that's not a hard obstacle. Maybe it's like a fun kind of celebratory. You finished your lap kind of thing. I don't know. There will not be a quiff equivalent. That's what he said, right?
Correct. That's what he said.
There will not be rubber ducks on the course for contenders.
Right. Terry Chen Cho. Yes, this is being recorded, and you're going to release this as a podcast on World's Toughest Podcast. Is that correct?
Yeah, it'll be up. Okay. I have a non-Tough Mudder meeting I have to get to pretty quick, but it'll be up as soon as I can after that.
Cool.
16 of the 20 obstacles on course are brand new or modified versions of obstacles we know. Yep. Like the ones we've talked about a lot is electroshock meets pitfall. Yep. He also talked about a combination obstacle called shock and sprawl, which was a combination of electric eel and I'm blanking on it. The gas one, the poison gas.
Crybaby. Yeah,
Crybaby.
641 feet of elevation, mostly up the first half of the course, mostly down the second half of the course, right?
Another mashup obstacle, Arctic Enema and Devil's Beard.
Which, if you did Toughest Seattle, you've already been through that. It was basically, you came out of Arctic Enema and went underneath. Now, granted, it wasn't strapped down, it wasn't tarped. They might do that, we don't know, but it was just regular Devil's Beard coming out. So
there's going to be a daytime Arctic Enema and a nighttime Arctic Enema obstacle.
Which, how much can you really change? Well, we'll find out.
There will be no golden carabiners for contenders. There'll be a new electric obstacle called Frickin' Laser Beams.
Frickin' Laser Beams, that's right.
And there will be one lubricated obstacle on course.
That's always important to know.
So there will be another obstacle that has something you'll be in and on that is not water, but we don't know what it is.
Yep.
We don't know. We know it's not Rain energy drink.
And some type of obstacle based on Castaway, the floaty obstacle will be there. We know that. Man, we got a lot of stuff.
That's a lot. And these are just my notes, like from while we were talking. I'm sure there's more. You guys in the comments, Logan especially, Logan and Nikki, what am I missing? What did I forget? As far as like summary of big points from we just talked about the CEO of Tough Mudder, Kyle McLaughlin, and Amelia Boone. And Amelia's kind of in the same boat as Carlo and I. She's running the race, just wants to know, what's coming up. No, the lubricated obstacle is not any one person, Charles. Nikki, hit me with some notes if I missed any big points before we jump off here. There will be a new that's great, Logan. Thank you. A new version of Funky Monkey. And for a while they had a new version of Funky Monkey every year, right? They'd call it Greased Monkey or whatever. But so another new Mudderhorn. It's great. Another great point, Logan. Mudderhorn is two obstacles. There's an obstacle when you first come up to Mudderhorn at the end of the lap, you're going to go up and over Mudderhorn, and that is some kind of mashup also, Mudderhorn and something else. Then you run a little bit more, and then you come under Mudderhorn. This is your last obstacle before you get to the pit area. It's called Coach's Canal.
Yep.
And it's it counts as 2 obstacles. It's not 1 obstacle. So if you want to skip one, then you can skip one of them. Hoppy Ball is a penalty for. Did he tell us which obstacle?
He didn't say what it was for.
It's a third of a mile. Is that what he said? Someone just wrote it.
It's third of a mile.
A third-mile loop.
Man, Logan either has amazing memory or he was taking notes because he is
Logan
on
and Nikki,
everything.
Can you guys email me your notes, guys? Will@theocrreport.com. Logan and Nikki. Will@theocrreport.com, and I will give you guys credit. There is some kind of fine motor skill obstacle that involves riding with both hands. I'm sorry, penalty, right?
Yep.
That involves riding with both hands. There will be at least one obstacle with a bell to ring. Obstacles like that in the past have included bells. The only one I can think of is King of the Swingers or Well Swung.
Well, he said there's going to be a swinging related obstacle, right? I thought he said that.
Yeah, man, I got to go back and watch this. Anyway. The new Everest will be out there. Third mile jumping ball. The penalty for Everest, for failing Everest, is the mini Mudder course.
That is correct.
And there's no giant cliff jump.
And there's only going to be ropes on Everest at certain points of the race, not the whole race, it sounds like.
Probably overnight, right?
Sucks.
Oh, Nikki, great point. Quarter-mile walk to pit from the parking, and there's lots of sand, except for Carlo, because Carlo gets his VIP valet.
I get my pit space out in the parking lot.
Kyle. There are no obstacles with an element of chance. In the past, there's been some where you roll a dice, and depending on what that number is what wall you go over. Let me know that.
Yep.
Castaways is deeper than in the past. Oh, elevation for the course.
680 feet. I think that's what.
Yeah, 600 per lap.
Posted it. 681 or something.
5 miles. Just for reference, Vegas was 800-ish.
Yeah, 641. 641 is what that screenshot people took was, which I'm sure is probably already posted in the community. I haven't even looked yet, but
no food penalties, so there's nothing to eat or drink. There's no mid-lap pit. 641, 651, something in there. 10 feet, You're not even going to notice either way.
Nope.
Mike, we'll have the podcast up as soon as we can. You should be able to watch this video on replay in the community as soon as we're done. I feel bad pulling skinny folks off the top of Everest. What was Atlanta? The elevation in Atlanta. I do not know that. That's a great question, Jason. Yeah, Logan, that'd be great if you could do that. Nikki mentions another thing he said, like in the past, once you finish 25 miles every lap, after 25 and past, you'll get a wristband. And you can use that wristband to skip one obstacle. This will be contenders or non-contenders.
I look forward to that.
And brunch tickets close this weekend. So if you want to go to the brunch, if this is your first time, or even if it's not your first time, you should definitely go to the brunch. It is a celebration of the race. It's a celebration of the winners, and just a celebration of the community. It's a great, great time.
Oh, it is. I love the brunch every year.
Go ahead.
I realized what I should have asked him was, so it sounds like Electric Avenue is being used to bypass an obstacle or multiple obstacles. We don't know for sure. So my question would have been, can my wristband get me to bypass Electric Avenue?
I bet you if you collect 3 of them, there's 3 electric obstacles. But no. Yeah, probably. But there's 3 electric obstacles. There's only 2 obstacles. Electric Avenue only bypasses 2 obstacles. So you might as well just use 2 wristbands if you're going to do that.
But that's a lot of wristbands to skip up. I also want to skip Mudderhorn.
Melissa mentioned, we didn't talk about it with Kyle, but the Friday night dinner, another great community event. Tough Mudder and the World Subs Mudder community leadership team, Melissa Dugan, Chris Betcher, Ann Clifford, Keith Allen, they hold a joint dinner where talk about the race, they'll show the course map. They're going to release the full rule book on Friday before the race. So if you've been before, you probably know about these things. But if it's your first time, any event you can make it to with the community will give you a head start on knowledge. And so Friday night dinner is a big one. Monday after the race is awesome, the brunch. And then Monday night, Melissa, tell me if I'm wrong, there'll be a bar crawl on Monday night. And it's actually only at one bar. You know, the crawling is because you're so sore from the race that you're crawling around that bar. It's a joke inside.
And let's be honest, Laughlin's not Vegas, so there's only so many spots you could probably go.
Right. But so if it's as far as like community events, those are the three big ones: the Friday night dinner, the Monday brunch, and the bar crawl. And I think they're all fun. They're all super great. But definitely, if you can make it to that brunch, that's an exciting time. Just celebrate the race and everyone's accomplishment. Everyone wears their 50-mile bibs or 75-mile bibs. People are like, "Can I wear my white bib if I didn't get 50?" Yeah, man, do whatever you want. Like it's celebrating.
You can wear your bib, don't wear your bib. It's up to you.
Yeah, but absolutely, if you get a 50 or a 75 or a 100, people, it's very few people get what we're doing, right? When you tell your friends and family, like your real life, like outside, they're like,
right,
like they don't even understand it. Like they're like, why? I don't get the concept. Why would you do that? But you're in this giant room full of people who get it, and it's like literally the only weekend of the year that this happens, and it's just a fun time to celebrate the whole thing. So
picklebacks. The only time in my life I ever have picklebacks is at the bar crawl, and it's because I ran into Nikki Perry, and she's like, "We're doing picklebacks." Are you familiar with that?
I know what pickles are. No,
pickleback is a shot of whiskey with a pickle juice chaser.
That sounds terrible. The only time I drink pickle juice is during races, and it's to like prevent cramps. Like I do not. There's this thing like I don't like pickle juice. It's
okay. Will, whoa, buddy. No one's judging you, bud.
Anyway,
it's all good, dude.
Logan, great point. Before we jet, no penalties are just straight running penalty. Every penalty has some kind of wrinkle or twist to it, like the bouncy ball thing.
Which is funny because in the past I'm like, oh no, all this added mileage. But now when they throw these other wrinkles in, I kind of long for the just a distance penalty.
Some other, I didn't want to give Kyle, I think he might be watching now. I don't want to give him any ideas, but in the past they've had stuff like you had to carry a cinder block, or there was one where you had to put like a rubber band around your legs so you couldn't run, but you had to like waddle the penalty.
Yep. There's 2015.
Yeah, sometimes the penalty is a different obstacle. Like you fail Funky Monkey, so you got to go into Arctic Enema.
Right.
So no penalties are just, and usually I'd say 75 or 80% of the penalties were just straight running, right? Like you'd have one or two that had a kind of a wrinkle to it.
Yeah, but it's definitely, man, that's not how it is anymore, dude. Kyle is like cranked those knobs.
Yeah. The duck walk, Mike calls it.
That's what it was. Yep. The duck walk.
All right, man. What do you think? Any last thoughts before jet?
I think
that was a
duck walk. Duck walk. I think was the Gutbuster penalty, if I remember correctly. If you guys Gutbuster, which as a shorty, I always failed Gutbuster.
That was one of our best, at least for me, like I've ever been involved in. Like, first of all, just you and I always talking is fun. I enjoy it. It's fun. Hey, let's talk. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
And then so I don't want to tell people like this just kind of happened. Like it wasn't like we planned. Like, hey, let's get the 3-time world champion and the president and CEO of Tough Mudder like on the phone. It's like you and I were going to record a podcast, and then we're like, hey, what if we did it in the community? That'd be fun. We'll get comments on the side. And then,
by the way, need to credit Ann Clifford because I'm in a group text, and she basically rang Amelia saying, hey, you should get in this. So that's how we got Amelia.
Shout out, thank you.
Ann roped her in,
and then
I text Kyle, but then so did Glenn Altamose. And I'm not sure if Amelia reached out to him, but somehow we roped Kyle in too. So it turned into a great, dude. We got so much more out of this than I was ever expecting.
So if you want to re-listen to it, you can watch the video. It'll take 5 minutes to upload onto Facebook, into the community group, and then the podcast will be up later this afternoon or this evening. But special thanks to someone. Oh yeah, Ann Clifford. Also, yeah, we wouldn't have even been on initially if it wasn't for Ann. So don't forget that. Anyway, yeah. All right, guys, that's awesome.
Well done. Any
last thoughts, Carlo? Any sponsors? Anything you want to plug?
Any sponsors? No, I'm good, man. I'm a little more excited now. If anything, out of this whole thing, I'm excited to know that all the electrified stuff is like going to be linked to Electric Avenue. Like there's nothing outside of that, so that's easier to prepare for. I didn't want to have the idea of like just stumbling across something at 2 a.m. You know,
you know what? We didn't even do that in the wrap up. There's only 3 electric obstacles, and they're all on Electric Avenue. So if you are deathly afraid of the electricity, you'll never have to do them. That's a good point.
Shout your email again really quick for Logan.
Will at the OCR report, Logan.
There we go.
You can text me at 619-485-2726. You can leave a review on Apple Podcasts.
5
or
stars. Oh, did I jump the gun? Sorry, buddy. Go ahead.
it's okay.
No, go ahead. What do you want to rate you? Go ahead, tell him.
You can rate me at lovethepodcast.com/tough. How should they rate it?
Wait, what did you just say?
Love
That's a
the
real
podcast.
thing?
Oh yeah. Good. Check it out. The only one way to know. Mike Cross, put that on iTunes, man. I appreciate it. Logan, yes. On iTunes. Or lovethepodcast.com/tough. Not every, only if you don't have an iPhone, that's how you leave a review. It's lovethepodcast.com.
Okay. By the way, now with the exception of the 5 stars soundbite from Rhea Coble, that soundbite from Kyle in this episode is gonna be great. That's my new favorite thing.
All right. This is awesome, guys. I'm excited to see you guys in Laughlin in 2 weeks. We're gonna talk more obviously before then, but shoot me a text when you get there if you want to coordinate something or get a picture with me and Carlo or with Carlo or whatever. 619.
No, mostly, yeah. Just if we have Amelia there, we'll get way more people. So let's just have Amelia come too.
I remember the first time someone wanted to take a picture with me, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, what is going on? This is weird. Is she
You know
gonna
who I am,
kill
right?
me?"
As in nobody? Yes.
Anyway, that's fun.
All right, my guy.
Cool, guys. Good talk, Carlo. Everybody else, Logan, Joe, Mike.
See you guys in a couple
Nikki,
weeks. Woo!
Charles, Kevin. I can't go through all
So
these.
good.
Melissa
Nikki,
Dugan.
thanks for your help.
Yeah.
Logan.
See you guys in 2 weeks. Goodbye.
All right, guys. Good night.